Warning. Please be advised the content you are about to see and listen to is only for a mature viewing audience. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Darker Themes, where we take deep dives into the most disturbing events, personality, true crime, conspiracy theories, cryptids, and anything else we set our minds to. Tonight, we take a deep look at one of the most disturbed minds in the annals of the United States history. Someone who was a key part to a large family. The Manson family, that is, although Charles Manson. Our story begins with a troubled boy born on November 12, 1934. Charles Miles Manson came into this world to a 16-year-old mother, Kathleen Maddox. His father was a transient laborer who abandoned them before Charles was even born. Kathleen was an alcoholic and a criminal, often leaving young Charles to fend for himself. From a young age, Manson was shuffled between relatives and foster homes. His mother's neglect and frequent absences left deep scars. By the age of 13, he had already committed his first known crime, a robbery. These early years of instability and delinquency set the stage for the troubled path he would later walk. Manson's teenage years were marred by a series of petty crimes. He was sent to reform school, but each time he was released, he fell back into criminal behavior. By 1951, he was incarcerated in a federal prison for stealing a car and driving it across state lines. It was in prison that he began to develop his manipulative skills, learning to harden criminals. In the confines of prison, Manson discovered music and became obsessed with the Beatles. He also delved into the study of Scientology and other fringe beliefs, blending them into his own twisted ideology. By the time he was released in 1967, Manson had transformed from a petty criminal into a charismatic manipulator with grand ambitions. Upon his release, Manson moved to San Francisco, a city at the heart of the 1960s counterculture movement. There, he began to attract a group of young, impressionable followers, promising them love, acceptance, and a new way of life. He established what would become known as the Manson Family. They settled on Spahn Ranch, a decaying movie set turned commune. Life at the ranch was a bizarre mix of free love, drug and apocalyptic service. He preached about an impending race war he called Helter, Skelter, a term he borrowed from the Beatles but twisted into a prophecy of chaos and violence. In the summer of 1959, Manson's delusions turned deadly. On the night of August 8th, Manson sent four of his followers, Ted Watkins, Sue Atkins, Patricia Krenwinkel, and Linda Kasabian, to the home of actress Sharon Tate. Their instructions were simple: kill everyone in sight. The brutal murders that followed shocked the world. Tate, who was 8 months pregnant, and 4 others were savagely slain. The next night, Manson ordered another attack, this time targeting the LaBianca residence. Lino and Rosemary LaBianca were brutally killed in their home. The randomness and savagery of these crimes created a wave of terror across Los Angeles. How did Manson wield such control over his followers? His methods were a chilling blend of psychological manipulation, charisma, and coercion. He preyed on the vulnerabilities of his followers, offering them a sense of belonging and purpose. Drugs played a crucial role in breaking down their inhibitions and heightening their suggestibility. Manson's teachings were a mishmash of quasi-religious beliefs, racial paranoia, and apocalyptic visions. He convinced his followers that he was a messiah, destined to lead them through the coming chaos. Isolation at the ranch further entrenched his control, creating an echo chamber where his twisted ideology went unchallenged. Why were people drawn to Manson? The late 1960s were a time of social upheaval and disillusionment. Many of his followers came from troubled backgrounds, seeking an escape from their pasts. Manson offered them a new family and a sense of identity. His promises of love, freedom, and spiritual enlightenment were seductive to those yearning for meaning. However, beneath the surface lurked a darkness that would ultimately consume them. As we reflect on the horrors of the Manson family crimes, we must pay respect to the victims whose lives were cut tragically short. Sharon Tate, Jay Sebring, Abigail Folger, Wojciech Frykowski, Stephen Parent, Lino and Rosemary LaBianca. May they never be forgotten. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the shadows. If you found this episode intriguing, we invite you to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our journeys into the dark. Now, Charles Manson's legacy is a grim reminder of the power of manipulation and the dangers of charismatic leaders. We explore these dark tales. I need to remind you that once you enter the dark, you may never be the same.